The first stock cars were souped-up road-going family saloons. Now though, you won't pull up next to one at the traffic lights because they're custom built for the racetrack. Each car body must match templates set by Nascar, the National Association of Stock Car Auto Racing. These cars are definitely not for the school run. On the racetrack, the shape of a car can give it an aerodynamic edge over the competition. That's why in NASCAR races, car bodies must have uniform curves. These regulations even the field and put the focus on driver skill. Some of the car's body parts are made from a carbon fibre and Kevlar material. First, a release agent is applied to a mould for the car's front end. Then a paint undercoat is sprayed into it. This undercoat will transfer onto the completed panel. A computerized cutter slices the carbon fibre and Kevlar fabric into strips. It produces 22 pieces, each one cut to fit a different section of the mould. Epoxy resin is rolled onto the fabric, one strip at a time. Once the strip has been completely coated, it's transferred to the mould. The fabric is pressed into the contours, and any wrinkles are smoothed out. The strips are layered 3 deep in a crisscross configuration, which will give the part structural integrity. The carbon fibre is then covered with perforated plastic. Layers of absorbent polyester and thick plastic are added and glued to the edge of the mould. A special fitting is used to connect a vacuum, which sucks out air and excess epoxy resin. The polyester material soaks up the resin as it flows through the holes in the first plastic layer, smoothing and compacting the carbon fibre layers. It's then into a hot oven to bake for 3 hours. This activates the epoxy and the layers of carbon fibre and Kevlar fabric become one. The completed stock car panel is then removed and inspected. It's then taken to a weigh station. At just under 3.6 kilograms, the part is lightweight yet virtually shatterproof. Meanwhile, at another factory, work begins on the stock car chassis. They build it from square steel tubing. The pieces are welded together to create a support structure for the car. At the next station, the narrow steel tubing is forced against a spiral bed to carve notches in it. This tubing is for the roll cage, the structure that protects the driver if there's an accident. The notches will help form better joints. The rough edges are ground down, creating a smooth surface to weld the tube to the rest of the roll cage. Once complete, the roll cage is taken to the main frame of the chassis. It's tack welded first, and then finely welded. The next part is called the rear clip. It holds the fuel tank and has mounts for the rear suspension. The completed car framework is scanned using a digital measuring probe. The scan confirms that the dimensions are correct. Now the various steel and carbon fibre body parts can be attached to the stock car framework. The completed car body is measured using template grids. The biggest one sits over the centre of the car. A gauge is pulled through the gaps between the templates and the car body. The gap can't exceed the tolerances set by NASCAR. Tweaks are often necessary to shape the body part so it meets regulations. Once the car has been painted, headlight decals are applied where the real ones usually are. Real headlights would add too much weight and pose a safety risk if they shattered. It's taken 3 weeks of intensive work, but this stock car body is now ready for its mechanics. Well, I don't know about you, but that certainly revs my engine.